Okay, a couple of things you need to know first. When I was approximately 2 years old, my parents and I lived in a house that my grandparents owned. Although only two, I apparently could speak quite well in full sentences. My parents' bedroom was connected to mine through the closet, meaning you could walk into their closet, go through a door in back and end up in the back of my closet. My mom started having these terrible nightmares. In her dream, she would wake up surrounded by fire. She'd rush through the closet to my room, scoop me up and dive out the window. Suddenly it would flash forward and her and my dad would be sitting in a waiting room at a hospital. A doctor would come in, looking somber and say, "I'm sorry, but..." She'd wake up at that point, sweating profusely and her heart racing. One night, she woke up to me screaming. She ran into my room and pulled me into her arms, calming me down and asking me what was wrong. My response was, Mommy, my room was on fire." I was on fire. Of course this freaked her the fuck out. I'm willing to admit that me having some sort of similar nightmare may have been caused by me overhearing a conversation about my mom's nightmares, but that's not the freaky part. Not too long after this we moved out, though not because of the nightmares my mom was having. We lived in southern Illinois at the time, and my parents were having a hard time making enough money to support us living there, so we moved up to northern Illinois. My grandparents sold that house once we moved. About 6 months after we moved out, my mom was talking to my grandma on the phone. My grandma started telling my mom about how the house we used to live in had caught on fire. No one was home at the time, but the bedroom that had been mine had been completely destroyed. The fire had started because of an electrical short in the closet I spoke of before. Many years back I was driving along rather late at night on a road near the hospital I was interning at, in a shady part of Detroit, back when the city was even more dangerous. There were only a few cars on the road at that time, and at that time I had been living there for only a few months, so I did not know about most of the dangers that were present in that city. People buying old cop cars and pulling over people and robbing them. People jacking cars that were stopped at red lights anyway. My damn car's tire suddenly gets wrecked and I managed to pull to the side of the road. It was late, in one of the many bad parts of town, but I did not really understand that at the time. I am not a native of the city. So I got out and get ready to change my tires. I was not a member of the AAA. I was working on the back tire that was shredded when suddenly another car pulled up and stopped right in front of my car. I assumed he was there to help me, stupid, so I got up to talk to him. The man in the other car got out, and proceeded to walk over and crouch near my front tire with some tools, and started to take the tire off. I was rather confused at this, so I asked the man, "Hey, what are you doing?" He stopped to turn to me, face completely serious, and said, "You take the back tires and the radio, I'll take the front tires and the battery, fair." It took me a moment to register that he was indeed stealing my tires, so I just blurted out without thinking, "This is my car." The other guy stopped, stared at me for a few seconds, then picked up his tools, got in his car, and left. I finished changing the tires, and only a few minutes later did I realize how dangerous it was being alone by a car on a dark stretch of road in the bad part of town. That does not mean it was not funny in retrospect, though.